welcome back to a new Transformers toy review. I'm Autocon, and this is Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Bumblebee, or B127. Now, before I get into the toy review, I want to show the new box for Transformers Studio Series. Like, this is really good. Let me fix my camera real quick. That's a really nice box. Look at that, how that whole thing, the whole Bumblebee right here on the side. This looks really sick, and you got little vehicle mode right here. Turn it around, you still have that. It's pretty cool. Transformers Studio Series Deluxe. This is the new Transformers Studio Series box. Now, this looks really good. I like that. This is really nice. We're back with the plastic. I love it. No more stealing pieces on the toys or anything like that. So I love the fact that we're back with this. I've been wanting it for a while. And personally, me, when you collect a figure and you might want to get one and you don't want to open it, and it just looks better with the plastic on. I feel like there's more protection compared to how like the open ones were, and you know, they would get dust and stuff like that. So I think this is a lot better. This is really good, and I think all the Age of Primes are gonna be like this, so there's nothing to worry about these type of stuff. Anyways, here is the figure. The figure is really good, actually. I do like it. I do recommend it, and hopefully this toy review will make you make your choice. Now, when this toy got revealed with the pictures and everything, my word was that the weapons, the cannons, were gonna be like just a plain plastic. They are, but you can take off the blade just like that. You can have the cannon like that. Now, it looks a little weird right there with the hole right there, but it's cool that you can take them off, you know. So I just wanted to show this real quick because it didn't really, for me, the pictures were kind of confusing, so I just thought that they were just gonna be like this forever, but no, they're not. And you also get this gun. So you get this gun from the movie. I wish there was more detail on it, but I know there's an upgrade, DNA upgrade for the Optimus Prime and the Megatron, and they have a better looking gun. So it's still a gun. It doesn't really do much, but you know. So let's take that to the side and let's look at the toy, because I like this toy. Now, let's look at the toy directly. There's some really good detail on it. You can see some electronics here, you know, like circuits and all that stuff. I do like how the legs look here. The legs are a little thick on the side, just like that. They're a little weird right here. This whole part is a little weird, but it still looks good. You got the wheels here. You got the arms right here and the wheels. And the back looks nice. That's one thing. There's no like big back here. It's not like the whole toy turns into a little ball and then there's this big shell former going around just to make the car mode. There's none of that, which is really nice. I really like it. The head sculpt, let me see. Ooh, if my camera can get it. There we go. That looks really nice. I love that head sculpt. Figure looks great. And it's just good looking. I really like it. Now for articulation is really good. We get the head on a ball joint. It can really do the 360 and kind of look up and down, and obviously the left and right, you know. The arms, they're on a ball joint as well, so they can do the 360. There's no nothing getting in the way. And then something that I've been seeing recently with the new figures that were coming out before the Age of Primes and everything, 2024 figures, they had problems with the shoulders. So here he can go that much, but you can kind of bring down the whole arm and still have like a really decent out. You just gotta bring this piece down. It's like on a hinge, but this is for transformation, but you can still do the whole arm open up like that. So you can bring it up and then you can still do it, but you just gotta lower this piece right here. I don't know if the camera can catch this piece right here. You just lower it a little bit and then you should be fine. But then you just gotta be careful just using it for posability, because then if you bring it down, it still doesn't look that bad, but you can kind of have it like that. So Just gotta be careful with that. And then we have a swivel on the arm, mostly due to transformation, but it still works. And then you got the arm goes up that much. And then obviously this piece is for transformation. The only problem I have is that sometimes it'll just kind of go, there we go, just like that. Since they're both on the same kind of like hinge right here, if you bring it down from here, it'll just kind of bring this whole section down, and then this stays up. So you just gotta bring the whole thing down, just like that. But the arms are pretty good articulation, you know. 360 can go up. You can gotta move it, play with it, just so it can go down like that. And then the arms are so good. There's no wrist swivel, so that's pretty good. Well, kind of wish there was a wrist swivel, but due to transformation, it's lacking of it. Now for the legs can go up that high, just so you can see. They can go back that much. It can still kind of go, but doesn't really kind of do it, if that makes sense. So that's as much as it gets. So it's not too bad, you know, but it's still good. Now for the knee, it goes that much, which is pretty good. That's not too bad for a figure. It doesn't go to the front, obviously, because some due to transformation they can bend the knee to the front. It's annoying though. And then we got a ankle tilt. Yeah, we do. That's pretty much it. And then obviously there's this piece where it's hollow. It doesn't really bother me, because then you have the whole time the figure like this. So it's not like you're gonna pose your figure like that the whole time, you know. So it's pretty cool that it doesn't really bother me. But I know there's people gonna be like, oh my god, the feet are hollow, and I'm like, relax. I do not own the original, well, not the original, but the Transformers 1 merch, the one that was from that movie, kind of like a little kits, I want to say. But yeah, I do have this one. These pieces are like they fold due to transformation. Now if you pose it without the things, it can still stand, but if you put these things on, it just kind of like gives it more leverage, maybe. I still can't feel the difference with these things on and without these things on, but yeah, there's that. You gotta kind of like push the waist down. So yeah, it also does have a waist rotation, which is pretty cool. So yeah, solid figure for articulation. It can still do that, kind of. Hold on. It can kind of do it. Yeah, there we go. It can kind of do it, so it's pretty good articulation. That's what I'm saying. The weight on it, it's not too bad. It's not heavy or anything. Kibble list. Now let's go to transformation. Transformation is pretty simple and it's pretty good. I still like the car mode. So the first thing we're gonna do is just bring these tabs up, just how I showed you guys, that these tend to go up. We're gonna fold these hands in there, and then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Just bring that up. I'm gonna bring this in, and that's it for that. Now we're just gonna rotate them. You could do this after or later. I just like to do it. It makes me feel like I'm actually transforming it, you know, not just putting away the weapons, the arms. So let's do it like that. I'm obviously gonna go over the accessories at the end, but yeah. And then the head, just rotate it. I haven't tried transforming it with the head facing front, but just for the whole instructions and the video, I'm gonna just do it how the instructions work. But yeah, you do that, and then you're gonna bring this tab out, and then you're gonna try to get this. It's not that hard, but I guess you can get something else unless you have a nail. Now what I do like is that this is so tight, but it doesn't really get in the way. Like, it's just perfect measurements that it can just come out. You see how that's barely coming out? Look at that. So I thought that was pretty cool, you know, kind of like that what's it called, Transformers reactive Bumblebee, where the thing gets stuck. I hated that. So then you're gonna bring this piece out, just like that. It's just gonna fold open. So we just had it like this. This thing pegs in there, like this little tab pegs in there. So you're just gonna untab it, and then it just goes all the way up. And then we bring this in, just like that. And then just kind of like starts forming the front of the car. You see how that starts looking? Now the legs are pretty interesting, considering that they form the whole thing of the car, the back part. You could either tab them or not. I prefer not to, but we're gonna bring these pieces in there. Bring these pieces in there. Now we're gonna fold these out. And then these whole section is just gonna unpeg. And make sure these are like all the way pushed down. Then we're gonna bring the whole kind of like calf back part of the leg. And then just bring it, and it's just gonna tab right there. Real nice and neat right there. You can see how it starts forming the little bit of the car. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Make sure it goes all the way up. Make sure these are all the way down. That way there's more clearance for it to go up. Now we're gonna peg the legs together. Okay. And then these pieces also peg together too. So just make sure everything's really good aligned and everything. So there we go. Everything's good aligned and everything. Just like that. And then now what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna move these arms just to show what's gonna happen. You have the waist right there, and then we're just gonna bring the legs down, just like that. And then there's this little hinge right here on the waist, like on the crotch part and all that. And you're just gonna bring this whole section and up, and then there's that peg, and it's just gonna peg right there where the screw's at. Weird, but pretty good and smart, not gonna lie. And this whole section just kind of comes and just makes the whole top and back of the car, which is pretty neat. I really like it. So just like that. And then just kind of make sure it's tap in there and stuff. And then these pieces, I like to bring them down a little bit, just tiny little bit. This is where it gets not tricky, but you gotta be smart with it, like kind of like fiddle with it. We're gonna bring these arms are just gonna tug in there basically. So there's this double hinge right here. We're gonna bring the arm down, and I like to bring it just like that, because then as you go in, this little tab right here is gonna go inside that hole right there. So you just gotta fiddle with it really good. That way it just kind of goes in at the same time. It goes into the piece right here. So you see how that's going in, clips in, and then also kind of goes in here. So just like that. And then it just tabs in right here. It tabs in right here, and there's a little hole right there. That's also gonna tab in. So it's a double tab. The arm tabs on two places. That piece right here, and then on the leg right here. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna bring it a little bit all the way down, and then as we go up, we also bring this one closer. That way when we try to tuck it in, it just pegs in there just like that, easy. And then we just make sure everything right here is tab in. It automatically kind of like aligns together. And then just kind of squeeze everything good. Make sure everything's good. Squeeze, tapped in. Okay. And there we go. That is Transformers Bumblebee Studio Series TF ONE B127. Transformers 1 Studio Series Bumblebee. I know that was a long name, but yeah. This is really nice. Like, it rolls. Like, look at that. It rolls really good. The car mode, it looks really good. Now, yeah, I'm sure there'll be an upgrade kit that will kind of like put a piece here and that'll just kind of cover it and make it look more Cybertronic. But I like it. I think it looks good. You know, obviously if you turn it down, you still have the hollow pieces, but as like that, you just kind of like, you know, it's a Cybertronic car, so it still looks good. I do like it. I do like how this turns out to be. Doesn't really bother me, you know. Sometimes Studio Series tend to sacrifice a little bit of one mode to get the other one perfect. In this case, it's not super perfect. You're not gonna. It's a Cybertronic car. You can't get like a freaking how he is and the all smooth and like, you know. But it still looks good. Now, weapon storage, it does have some. These little tabs here is where the cannons can go. like that. Like that. And then this one can tab in there like that. That's solid. Looks great and everything. So yeah, this is really good. Now for the big gun, this one doesn't really have weapon storage, but I guess you can tab it here, right here on the arm. So you can have that. Looks a little weird, but you know, it is what it is. So let's just transform it back and look at the accessories that it comes with. Transformation is pretty simple. Just gonna kind of untap all of this if you want to do it like that. Give more clearance for the arms to come out. Right there. Bring them out like that. Bring these arms like that. Turn the wrist around. Bring these around. Make sure they kind of clip. When you hear the click, that's when they're actually all out. That way, in case you're like kind of not sure if it's already out or not, because there's like a little piece that kind of holds it. I don't know. It's a little weird there, but it's not that bad. Just turn around. You see how like kind of stopped? Gotta push a little more to make it sure it clips. There we go. The leg piece, we're gonna bring the whole waist down first. Bring the legs. Bring this whole section back, and then you just bring the foot back. Bring the whole thing, and then it just reveals the whole foot. Gotta bring the heels right here out. Like I said, so far with these clipped in or like inside, it doesn't really like have fallen on me. It stands well without them out or with them out. With them, it stands good with them in or without them. So, but I don't mind having them out. Makes it look cool from the back. So there we go. And then we're gonna bring this whole section right here. We're gonna bring this out, and then we're gonna bring this in. We're gonna bring these arms down first, and then that piece right here, you might want to bring this out before you bring this out. Like push this back all the way up, and then bring the piece out that's gonna peg right here in the chest. It gets a little harder sometimes to bring it in, so we can turn this around, and then we can just turn this, and then this piece right here will clip in right there. It's not that bad, but you can just push it back and make sure it pushed down, and then boom, we have Transformers Studio Series Bumblebee. Looks great. Accessories, like I said earlier, you can take this off, and this just kind of goes in there. Ooh, just kind of pegs in there, just like that. So we have that. Ooh, that was disgusting. The piece. Make sure when you bring the arm down, just grab the whole thing, not just from the side, but grab the whole thing, because that tends to happen. I'm gonna plug this in. Now, this is really good. I like these. All we needed was a mask. We could have gone instead of this, maybe a different head, or maybe a head sculpt that can bring out a mask or something, or flip it around or something, or pieces come in to make it a mask instead of this. That would have been good for me, I'm not gonna lie. But this looks great. Kibble is good. Articulation is good. Accessories, these are good. And then again, this piece is coming out. The gun looks okay on it. It looks a little too big, but it looks okay. It's not too bad. So yeah, this is a solid figure. I do recommend it. Now, I got mine on Walmart. So be on the lookout for yours on Walmart. Now for some size comparison. Studio Series, I'm not going to bring out that Sentinel Prime one, but I will be getting soon the Studio Series one. Here's Optimus Prime, which they're both deluxes, and Prime is a little bigger, which is really good for scaling. And then obviously the long leg Megatron. This is some really good scaling. Like, Bumblebee's still smaller, and they're all three deluxes. So I mean, yeah, that's something really interesting to say. Now, if you want to go crazy and scale it with these, apparently these aren't coming out anymore, that class anymore. I do have I do have Studio Series Bumblebee. This is some scaling. Maybe that'll help you. Studio Series Bumblebee smaller. And then this Bumblebee is a little bigger. But then Optimus Prime is still a little bigger. So, and then Megatron is still a little bigger. Keep in mind that all these 4 are deluxes. And then we're gonna bring the big favorite one, Optimus Prime. So I think that's good. The scaling is good. I do want Sentinel to be a little more above this guy, like a little bigger than them, because technically he was in the movie a little bigger than both of them. So I'm hoping that guy, he's a Voyager, I think. I already got him pre-order. I should have him soon. I will be having soon Shockwave reissue, one of the Primes, Red Alert, and I also got that exclusive Walmart Bumblebee, just because he's the actual Volkswagen Beetle. But yeah, this is a really good figure. I was kind of deciding whether to grab it or not. So far I like the Primes, the Transformers 1 figures, Studio Series. They're not the best, but they're still good. Keep in mind they're still aimed for kids, because this was a kids movie. But this is a great figure. You know, weapon storage is good too. I forgot to mention that. So weapon storage is really good. Let's say you don't like how this looks, you can honestly just peg these pieces here to make him look bulkier. Give him boosters like the Bumblebee animated one. This is like the Bumblebee animated, you know. Take this off, but yeah, you can put that here. So he has his own boosters, you know. He can fly, you know. You know, so that's pretty sick. That looks sick. You know, you can just have it like that. Make it look like it's part of him. Just take off the blades, actually. Take off the blades. Make sure you kind of press them in there. Look, that looks really good, honestly. That whole section there is great. It just looks great. Now, does he look a little back heavy? No, he's not even back heavy or anything, but it makes it look more better, the back, if that makes sense. You know, you have that flat with holes, and now you have kind of like some boosters technology on his back, and it looks good. I might have him like this, just set up like that, and then you can't really store the blades anywhere. No, you can't really have them anywhere. You just gotta be careful with these pieces. So, yeah, kind of sucks. I'm sure DNA Designs will make an upgrade kit for this one, RC and Sentinel, since one of them is for Megatron and Optimus Prime. So, yeah. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the toy review. Please like and subscribe, and thank you. I will be uploading more. Now that new figures are coming out. I wasn't sure if I were to upload more of Transformers Legacy, since it's not dying, but you know, we got the new Primes, the new Studio Series, so I wasn't really sure if that was a real move or not, but I'll try. But here's Studio Series Transformers Studio Series TF ONE Bumblebee. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.